It's on, which I have. By the time he resumes his seat, it will be it's like a kettle, isn't it?
Yes. Third beat.
No, I can see you through.
Oh, yeah, here I am. The view hasn't improved, Vic. The fact that you can see me hasn't improved. I'm just waiting for the clock to tick over.
Has done.
According to my computer, it has ticked over, so I'm going to officially open the meeting and welcome you all along to the audit meeting, and welcome Vig. For your information, Vig, we have Councillors Greg Ball, Councillor Jason Reid, Councillor Ian O'Brien, Councillor Cheryl Chilcott, and myself, as well as the staff in chambers. Unfortunately, you can't see. It's a better view looking that way than looking this way, let me tell you. There they are.
Not an AI generated image, is it?
As far as I know.
Not yet. So by way of attendance, we have apologies from Councillor Kilpatrick, and this stage missing Councillor West. He may join us shortly. Item 2. Item 3, and welcome Big, I should say, the Auditor, Office of the Auditor General. Item 3 being disclosure of financial and other interests.
Don't see problems.
Seeing shakes of the head. Item 4 being the minutes of the audit meeting held 18th of March 2025, and a recommendation that they be confirmed as a true and accurate record. Councillor Ball has moved. Do I have a second that? Councillor O'Brien. Is there any dissent on that motion? I shall declare it carried, all 5 of us, 5 and 0. All right, so item 5 is the Independent Auditor's Report and Annual Financial Report. So Vig, I might throw to you. Do you wish to expand upon the report?
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, everyone, for meeting with me today. My name is Vignesh, as the Chair was introducing to the committee. I'm the Director responsible for leading the external audit of the Shire of Waging for the year ended 30th of June 2025. I'm sure I met with some of you all when I was there in person last year, and this year we are just joining online. Unfortunately, the person who conducted the audit, the contract audit firm, which is Tim Patrick, is unable to join this meeting today. So I will be running through the exit brief, which I went through with Ken and the Shire's president. Based on what the work has been performed, I'm pleased to confirm that we have completed all the audit work, and the audit opinion was issued on the 14th of November 2025. And the opinion we issued was an unqualified audit opinion. The Shire provided its draft financial statements on the 26th of September 2025, which was certified by its CEO. The statement was presented in an audit-ready condition, which contributed to an efficient and timely audit process. I'd like to sincerely thank Ken's staff for their cooperation, their responsiveness, and also the professionalism throughout the audit. Their support greatly contributed to the smooth and timely completion of this engagement. So once again, well done to Ken and his team, and thank you, Phil, as well. So as for today's meeting, we have went through this exit brief in detail, but I'll be going through that again, but not in detail. We'll be touching all the key areas for the benefit of the committee. I'll walk through the significant audit risk areas, the key findings that we identified during the audit, any adjustments or disclosures that we made, and the recommendations and improvements, and where there are opportunities, we will also be recommending that to the committee. Matters for the committee's attention from a governance and financial reporting perspective. I welcome any questions from the committee regarding the audit, the findings, or the opinion issued. I also encourage the committee to raise any areas of focus you'd like the OEG to consider in our future audits. With that, not sure if our page numbers are going to be aligned. But on page number 4, the first item that we looked at will be the revenue recognition. Is that the same page number as what's been presented on your PDF?
So is this you've got the index of findings, or are we a little bit earlier than that?
I don't know. I'm just going to go through very briefly on the key risk areas that we covered as
Okay, all right.
It's going to be past that.
Yeah, it's going to be past that, yep. So it'll be our different our findings. So the first one being the payroll exceptions.
Yes.
Yep.
Right. So page 52 of our document, councillors.
Okay. So prior to going through the findings, Ken, I'll just go through very quickly the risk areas that we touched on, just for the benefit of the committee as well. So what we looked at, we identified the key audit risk areas where there are fraud-related risks as per the standards ASA 240. And one of the key areas we'll be looking at is revenue recognitions and type of journals that we pass through. So why revenue recognition we normally identify as a key risk? Because there are different streams of revenue in the revenue recognition criteria, and namely one of the highly risk areas would be the grants and contribution areas, which involve actually significant management judgment. So based on that, we reviewed the appropriateness of the Shire's revenue recognition policies for each material revenue category in accordance with WSB 15 and 1058. We performed walkthroughs, tests of controls, and we also did some sample testing of transactions, which were all supported with documentation. We additionally performed cutoff testing and also recalculated checks relating to contract assets and contract liabilities, as they encompass a significant portion of the financial report. Now, based on the audit procedures we performed, we didn't identify any funding or any issues that's been incorrectly recognized, apart from one immaterial uncorrected misstatement we identified, which is about $85,000. Since it was not material enough, we would not warrant a correction for that. Other than that, we have nothing further to report on that. The other area we obviously look at is liabilities and expenditures. As you know, the risk around expenditure is high, and the corresponding liabilities are also high, given there could be risk of liabilities not being recognized and may not be recorded in the correct financial year. The categories that we basically went through would be employee costs, materials and contracts, utility charges, insurance, other expenditure, and depreciation expense. In that, again, we have performed a walkthrough on your payroll process, your purchasing, your payment cycles. We also did a test of controls to ensure they have been designed and implemented and operating effectively. We sample tested transactions to supporting documentations. We searched for unrecorded creditors and accruals. We ensured that the Shire's depreciation policies for different classes of assets and assess the reasonableness of rates that have been applied by the Shire are in line with what's been approved by the committee, and we also performed the depreciation analysis. Again, based on the audit work that we have performed, we are pleased to say that there were no findings noted around this area. The other significant area, obviously, is your property, plant, and infrastructure assets, which involves significant balance there. Normally, the area that we concentrate on is the revaluation, because that's where a lot of management assumptions and biases can result in inappropriate or incorrect valuation methods or numbers that's been recognized. However, in this year, we didn't have any revaluation for the Shire, so there were no issues identified. I think we have went through in detail last year when the Shire actually went through an infrastructure valuation for their drainage assets, and they were all being recorded accordingly. So again, we have nothing further to report from this area. The last area that I just wanted to quickly touch on is, our second last area, is the provision for the remediation cost. Now, we have confirmed the Shire's refill site is category 64. It's a landfill site license. It's possibly contaminated, but at this stage we're not requiring any remediation as per the Department of Water's confirmation. So we will be still monitoring that, and we keep that on our radar as well to ensure that if monitoring is required or remediation is required, Shire is getting a third-party report and assess the dollar value to fix those or remediate those waste landfill. Again, based on the work we have performed, we are satisfied the provision for remediation is not required for the Shire for the year ended 30th of June 2025. Therefore, we have just disclosed that this contingent liability on note number 18. We have nothing further to report again on this. The last matter that catches everyone's attention is in relation to the fraud risk and the risk of management override of controls. Now, the risk of management override of controls is inherent, and no matter how good the controls are operating in a shire or in a city, management can override them. However, based on all of our testing that we have performed around the operating and non-operating grants, subsidies and contribution, the rates, the fees and charges, and other revenue, we did not identify any management overrides or controls. So we are pleased to announce that there were no fraud-related issues. Now I'd like to bring your attention to the audit findings.
Okay.
We have 4 audit findings there, and I think some of them are already work in progress where the Shire is fixing them. One of the matter is been brought over from last year, which will be fixed in the coming year. The next item there I'd like to bring to your attention is your audit adjustments. So as I was saying earlier, these are a list of the uncorrected misstatements. According to the auditing standards, we need to report the uncorrected misstatements. They are immaterial in our context, and therefore they are being reported just as an uncorrected misstatements. So there were 2 areas. One is relating to the contract liabilities, and another one relating to your accrued expenditure. As for the accounting and audit and accounting matters, there were no matters that need to be brought to your attention for the current year and for the upcoming year. I'd like to pause a second and take any questions from the floor in relation, because we have went through quite a bit on the audit risk, and straight away jumped on to the management letter points and the audit adjustments. So I'm happy to pause for a while and go through any areas or any particular risk that the Shire or the account committee is feeling requires some clarification.
Sure, okay, we can just go around the room.
I have none.
No? No, I'm getting shakes of heads right around the room, Vic, so I'm very comfortable.
I'm happy to go through anything,
Yeah.
again, so please feel free to stop me.
Well, we could. I know you know as I do. I asked a couple of questions at that exit meeting. We don't need to repeat them.
Yes.
I'm comfortable with those
Yeah.
responses. So no, we can move on.
Okay, with that, the financial statements, as I said, we have issued the audit opinion. Just trying to get the date now. On the 14th of November, is that right? Yeah, so normally after this exit brief, we'll expect the Shire to send us the signed financial statements and representation letter. All this we have already received them, and I think it's been attached in your pack that's been circulated by Ken for your review. And we have immediately issued the audit opinion. So overall, the audit went really well. As per last year, it was efficient. There was no additional audit fees resulting from any additional audit work. Matters were communicated very clearly, and audit requests were provided to the auditors very promptly as well by the management. So well done once again, and I'm pleased to say that we have completed the audit for 30th of June 2025. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And from our point of view, yes, thank you. We've achieved that timeline, which works extraordinarily well for us, so
Correct.
from our point of view, thank you to the Auditor General and our contractor. And
Thank you, Phil. And I think one thing to highlight, Chair, given that you mentioned about timeline,
yes,
Shy of Weighted was the first one in my portfolio to be signed off. So one of the very first one.
well,
Yeah, it's not in my portfolio and other engagement leaders as well. So well done
Yeah,
achieving
okay.
the timeline.
Good to hear. Well done to our staff as well. All
Yes,
right.
yes.
All right, in that case, councillors, there is a recommendation here, it's on page 6 of our document. Dot point 5, the recommendation that the Audit Risk and Improvement Committee receives and accepts the 25 independent auditors report from the Office of the Auditor General. Dot point 1. Dot point 2, receives the annual financial report for the year ended 30th of June 2025 and recommends to Council that it be endorsed as part of the 24-25 annual report. Councillor O'Brien, are you moving on the
I am.
recommendation? Thank you. Councillor Chilcott, second.
Correct.
Okay. I will ask, is there any dissent on the motion? No. Do you wish to speak to the motion, Councillor O'Brien?
Well, I have to say I did have difficulties opening the attachment.
Uh-oh.
I was opening up from the wrong area, so I haven't gone into it in a huge depth, but
Right.
just listening to our auditor and what he had to say, quite a lot of similar things with health. So, yeah, I'm overall quite happy with the outcome.
Good, thank you. Councillor Chilcott, anything to add?
Not so much speaking for the motion. What I would like to say is thank you very much to the staff for doing all of the work that they've done to get this done in such a great time. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Much echoed by the rest of us, I understand. That being the case, that there's no speakers against, I will put the motion. All those in favour? And against? That is carried absolutely. All right. Thank you, Vic. We look forward.
Thank you, Chair.
We look forward with enthusiasm, or maybe not enthusiasm, but we look forward to next year's audit and a similar smooth and efficient process.
Yeah.
I'm sure Big looks
One
forward to it as much
month
as we
away
do.
from Christmas.
Sorry?
We're just 1 month away from Christmas. We're
Yes.
just 1 month away from Christmas, exactly. So I'll just take this opportunity and wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Enjoy the holidays.
Wow, a lot of water got to go under the bridge before holidays, but thank you.
Okay.
And once again, thank you. With that, I shall
Thank
close the meeting. I got too much